Welcome back. Today, we leave the four walls of our sheltered thoughts behind. I invite you to step outside with me, to the place where the breath of the earth begins and the stories of time are written in stone. Look at that cliff face ahead of us. It has stood there for millions of years, facing the furious storms, the scorching heat of relentless suns, and the bone-chilling silence of 1,000 winters. It does not try to be perfect. It simply exists. We often enter nature as tourists, searching for a pretty view to soothe our tired eyes. But today, I invite you to enter as someone coming home. Shed the armor of normalcy we discussed in our last journey. Here in the wild, there is no definition of perfection other than existence itself. Take a deep, conscious breath. Feel the scent of damp moss, the aroma of decaying leaves turning into soil, and the warmth of first light dancing on your skin. You are here. You are safe. You belong to this rhythm. Run your eyes over the surface of this rock. What you see is a tapestry of erosion. These deep grooves, these jagged edges, these rough hollows, they are not damages. They are the calligraphy of time. Every rainstorm that washed over it left a stroke. Every gust of wind that carried a grain of sand away added a curve. Over eons, this erosion has crafted a masterpiece of architecture that no human hand could ever replicate. In our own lives, we are terrified of erosion. We fear the wrinkles at the corners of our eyes, the scars on our hearts, and the feeling that time is stripping away our sharpness and youth. But look at this cliff. Is it any less majestic because it is weathered? Or is it the very ruggedness, the brokenness of its surface, that gives it such awe-inspiring character? Erosion is not a process of loss. It is a process of becoming. You are the same. Your harshest experiences are not taking away your value. They are sculpting a soul with a depth and a weight that the smoothness of your past could never possess. You are being refined by the elements of life. There is a miracle occurring inside the darkest cracks. Do you see that vibrant teal moss? It did not choose to grow on the flat, polished surfaces. It chose the crevices, the places where the cliff is most vulnerable and broken. It is exactly where the stone is split open that life finds its strongest foothold. Rainwater gathers in the cracks, dust settles, and from that wounded space, a miniature, resilient ecosystem is born. In our journey of healing, we often try to fill our inner voids with distractions or forced happiness. Nature suggests a different path. Leave the cracks open. Do not be in such a hurry to hide your pain or fix the gaps in your story, because those cracks are the only places where the seeds of true empathy and wisdom can take root. If this cliff were perfectly smooth, the moss would have nowhere to cling. The water would simply slide away. It is through the breaking that the stone becomes a nurturer of life. Your cracks are not mistakes of destiny. They are invitations for rebirth. Here, amidst the unyielding hardness of stone, wildflowers dare to bloom. They do not require a manicured garden. They do not seek validation for their beauty. They bloom because it is the fundamental instinct of life to express itself. They accept the harshness of their environment and use the very erosion of the rock as a cradle to reach for the sun. The myth of normal. We once believed and demanded that we bloom in a specific way, at a specific time. But the wildflower teaches us that true beauty lies in self-sufficiency and raw resilience. No matter how steep the path or how desolate the ashes of your past may seem, you still have the right and the capacity to flourish in your own unique way. Healing is not about becoming a rose in a greenhouse. It is about becoming a wildflower on a cliffside, untamed, unashamed, and free. Look down at the ground beneath your feet. These roots are telling a different story, a story of radical connection. They do not grow in isolation. They twist, they turn, they embrace one another, and they anchor themselves into stone to stand firm against the gales. Beneath this soil lies a silent, powerful network of communication. A tree never stands alone. It stands because it is part of the forest. Pain often makes us feel isolated. We think no one understands the weight we carry, that we are a solitary island in a vast, indifferent ocean. But this is an illusion of the mind. In the architecture of life, we are always connected. Your breath is the breath of the trees. Your sorrow is a thread in the collective tapestry of human experience. And your healing contributes to the healing of the world. When you learn to touch the present, you realize you have never been alone. You are supported by the ancestors, by the elements, and by the very souls walking this path alongside you. You are part of the interbeing. Observe the way the light moves through the canopy. It does not fall as a uniform sheet. It is broken by the branches, filtered by the leaves, creating a dance of brilliant spots and deep shadows. Without the interference of the leaves, the light would not be so shimmering and alive. The shadow does not destroy the light. It defines it. It gives the light its form and its magic. In our lives, we crave a journey of pure light. Only joy, only success, only comfort. We run from the shadows of sadness, failure, and mortality. But look at this forest. It needs both to survive. The darkness of night allows the trees to rest and regenerate. The light of the day gives them the energy to reach higher. Healing is not about eliminating the shadows within your heart. It is about learning to dance with them. Accept that shadow is part of your inner architecture. It makes the moments of light feel precious, sacred, and infinitely more radiant. Now, come with me to this height. Look out over the valley below. The wind is stronger here. The light is more blinding. What do you see? The greatness of nature does not lie in an unchanging stillness, but in its constant rhythmic movement. Everything is changing in every microsecond. Clouds are drifting. Leaves are falling. Water is flowing. And so are you. You're not a fixed object. You are a magnificent process. Standing here between the earth and the sky, you realize a liberating truth. The suffering self you've been clinging to is actually as thin as a veil of mist. You are not your pain. You are not your past. You are the vast presence that is observing it all. This presence is like the sky. No matter how many storms pass through it, the sky remains blue, deep, and untouched. Healing happens when you recognize your sky nature instead of identifying with the dark clouds of your emotions. You are the indestructible presence, right here, right now. Let this wilderness erode your ego. Let the wind blow away the expectations, the labels, and the burdens of who you should be. This sacred erosion does not make you weaker. It peels away the layers of pretense to reveal the diamond of your true self. When the false ego is worn down, compassion arises naturally. You no longer stand outside of nature looking in. You realize that you are the nature looking out. True peace does not come from getting everything you want, but from accepting everything that is, like the cliff accepts the wind, like the river accepts the rocks. When you stop fighting your own life, when you allow the erosion of your experiences to carve your soul into its true shape, you find a new kind of power, a power that doesn't need bone or muscle, but relies on the fluidity and grace of the spirit. You are learning to become a seamless part of this grand tapestry. Every step you take in awareness, every breath you inhale in peace, creates ripples that flow into the space around you. You are not healing for yourself alone. Your stillness calms the tension of the forest. Your grace provides silent permission for other weary travelers to find their own hope. You are the light you've been searching for. Never underestimate the power of your quiet resilience. choosing to be present instead of hiding, choosing love instead of bitterness. This is a heroic act. Your journey from the ashes of your past to the architecture of light you inhabit today is a testament to the beauty of the human spirit. You are carrying this light into the wild, turning every path you walk into a sanctuary of peace. Thank you for walking this path with me. Stay here for a few more moments. Do not rush back to the noise of the mind. Let the silence of the mountains settle into your very bones. Remember that the eroded cliff is still standing, the moss is still growing the cracks, and the light is always finding a way in. You do not need to go far to find the sacred. It is in this breath. It is in this touch. Carry this wilderness back with you into your daily life. Let it remind you that you are a part of something majestic, something imperfect, and something eternal. We will meet again. For now, just be. Touch the present. Breathe the wild. Heal your soul.